Hi, this is Mick Elliott from Electronic Specifier. I am on the Avnet Silica stand at Embedded World with Gilles Beltran, who is the president of Avnet Silica. Gilles, thanks for joining us, first of all. Could you just give us a little overview on how Avnet Silica is seeing the market generally in component distribution, and then maybe talk a little bit about some of the progressions that Avnet Silica have made over the past 6 months?
Yep, thanks, and thanks for joining as well. So right now, the semiconductor industry today, we have been going through a few years of more difficult delivery situation and lead time situation, not to say allocation. Clearly now, the demand have been softening. The inventory still remains a little bit on the supply chain, and we really experienced that. I think we're gonna get out of that situation in few quarters, and clearly today, what we see and what we need is clearly getting the visibility from the end market tomorrow. But the overall trend is not short term, mid term, long term. Is the semiconductor pervasiveness will continue. We see more and more application, including electronics. So that's the trend will not stop. I think we might be talking later about AI, but AI today with the big guys and on the cloud and computer will be accelerating. We go to industrial market also further and further. In next stage. So the electronic will continue, and that's we see the evolution of the semiconductor world and supply carry on. So in terms of the overall market, what we did in the last years and or last quarters to also prepare the future as inside Avnet Silica is building. There are a few things which will be important for tomorrow. Is we get closer and closer to our key partner because they are the ones also helping on building the solutions for customers, because that's where we need to sell at the end of the day. We're also building operationally us better to support. I was mentioning the trend of the market, so it means we expect growth in the next years to come pretty steadily. So we need to structure ourselves from an operational standpoint, even to continue to be better, and that's one of the elements that we are doing. And technically speaking, and how to support customers, we provide solutions. And when we talk about solutions, it's all the different type of angles. First, supply chain. So supply chain is not just moving box. Is we really put and discuss very robust and complex supply chain solutions with our end customer, with major OEMs, industrial OEMs, with complex production network and environment. The other piece of the solution is, I think, and we see around a lot, is about module, and we have our internal partner as well with Avnet Embedded and the boards that are there, plus the one that we also distribute. And I think there is a sentence from one of our software guys, experts, which saying there is no software without hardware, or there is no hardware without software as well today. So you hardly can dissociate them. So software is heavily part of the value propositions that we have, not to develop. We are not a software company to develop, but really to continue building our network with software partners to guide depending on the needs of the customer, and also the trend that we want to have. We're talking about AI and predictive maintenance. So we have been partnering with a lot of those software partners together to build our ecosystem. And I think I'm a true believer of the ecosystem on every single topic. Software is one, hardware partner is others, and we really build this ecosystem accordingly. The other piece that is important is the different technology. We see we have, I will take one example today, which is a big trend, is cybersecurity, or security on its own. So we have today developed unique solutions. We have really security expert inside the organization. We build the process with our partners.
So in cybersecurity, you work very closely with all your suppliers?
I mean, cybersecurity, as we mentioned, is a key topic, and we clearly today work with the market leaders in our line card and all together, because that's how we can also build the best solution for our customers as well, and to the market.
Just on the supply chain, I mean, you're looking at companies that can develop a product in one place and then manufacture it maybe in another location somewhere around the world, or even more than one location. How do you handle the complexity of that and make sure everything goes smoothly for the customer?
So, in most of the cases, not just one location. I mean, we have cases, and we build solutions, and for OEMs, which are something like maybe 15 internal production location plus 25 or 30 partners, EMSs partners they work with as well, and they need to get, I mean, the must for the next, I would say, crisis, the next period where lead times will be longer, much longer, is to get the full visibility. And that's today what we are building, with giving to our supplier and to our customer the full visibility of their total production and what we get in information, just to understand is everything is aligned. We plan with our supplier and partner long enough. We adjust. We can really have the global view, which is, and we see already example where, and that's the complexity for our customer there. One site is trying to cancel the product where another site is in line down, and if he's not connected, then they are acting completely isolated, and then you touch the topic, you try to solve two different topics, while at the end the solution is easy internally, and that's, I mean, one element of everything that we can completely provide. The transparency. I'm a true believer of the transparency in the supply chain is one of the key elements of being successful and having a smooth supply chain overall. When lead time are short, it's easy. When lead time are longer, that's where, I mean, that transparency will help on getting the right path faster.
Okay. And you talked about, you know, the hardware and software, and one doesn't exist without the other. From Avnet Silica point of view, you've obviously got field application engineers. They've got experience in hardware. They won't be writing software, but they've got experience in software, and they can bring those two elements together for customers.
Absolutely. So, I mean, the team are clearly working together. So, by history, I would say most of our FAEs or application engineers get the history of the hardware. They have been evolving along the years as well. But we go, for instance, when we're talking about technology, we have a dedicated team of power specialists, where, I mean, in that case is mostly hardware, and very dedicated to that knowledge and that expertise. We have security, as I mentioned, security also experts. The software is a team. They work together. We are one of the major partners of Microsoft, and Microsoft Embedded in Europe, and we build that team together with some Linux experts as well, and they are very close to our processor hardware specialists, working with them and bringing solutions. So it's a team effort. I mean, the success to bring the right value to both sides, because we are between suppliers and customer, is really working together. So we talk about the technical support, where they work together, but the success is also enabled by the sales organization, also having the evolution of positioning and understanding the needs of the customer, and what type of team members you bring in the discussions to have the full approach, and really solving and answering the needs of the customer behind. And that's an evolution of the company, because we had, I mean, the past was selling a component only, and now, I mean, we're clearly moving with support of the sales organization into positioning, understanding, so even before positioning, understanding the complexity and the needs of the customer, to bring the right solution to them.
I guess one of the issues there is that, I mean, electronics is just going everywhere now, and I guess sometimes you will encounter customers who don't have electronics expertise as much as they need. So How do you support them, given, as you say, some of the designs can be quite complex?
Yeah. So, as I mentioned, the first interface usually is the sales guy, and we have been training them to have that a better understanding. And we continue. I mean, it's not just a one-shot exercise; it's a continued process to get them aware, understanding that overall environment. So they take the information, and then behind in every single region country, we have a team of people which is supporting some existing customer, but with a better knowledge of all the solutions and the challenges that are today on the market with those type of how we can provide and how we can answer by application as well. I mean, we have team with expertise on application and markets, and let's say the needs of some customers are not totally different. You always find some common schemes, and then they bring somebody else into the discussions with the customer, and then they find step by step the right solution for the. It never goes in one shot. So what is important is to catch and understand what is the main objective of the customer, or the main problem. I would say we call that the problematic, and bring the people in the team also locally, because I was talking about how we are structuring operation, which will seem a little bit okay. That's a machine. Yes, it's a machine because we need the volume, and we are a volume company, or distribution is about also volume. But I'm also, a very strong believer. Distribution in our market is a people-to-people environment on both sides, with suppliers and with customers. And the fact to stay local with getting those support and that expertise, to me, is a key element of success and of the service, and how the customer will perceive our differentiation compared to competition, and also to answer their needs.
Just looking on your website, looking at the line card, you have kind of core suppliers and then complementary. What's the thinking behind that?
It's pretty easy. So we need to we need to sell more when we have a customer, and you always find some anchor technology when you discuss with the customer, and how you build all what you can put around, and for the project to the customers as well. And that's we might name them differently, and that's maybe this, but it's really about how some anchor technology, usually processor is one. We have AMD is another one. Now, when we talk about power, and specifically on application with power, you start with this, and then you have all the other. You need to sense, but you have the data management behind. How we populate as much as we can the board, the solutions that we bring to customer. And I would say we are really looking when we had the suppliers on how much we can bring in terms of product and attach rate. We call it attach rate in terms of the full technologies around in the solution to the customer. And that's where it's important to get the line card that serve that, and that makes that. That's how you work. Even when you think, because you think about the element that has been changing over the year. I would say data management is something that has been massively evolving. Also on our side, just maybe to get back to the previous question. So we now have been putting since a few years all the data in data lakes, and we build teams of data scientists to really analyze better and get the most of the data we have, and continue injecting more data to get more valuable answers and information to drive the organization, the actions, and the knowledge that we have differently. And I would say one of the elements that we did is creating a tool to help the sales organization, the technical organization, which is called My DA, My Digital Assistant. which is an app that is on the mobile phone. Access, I mean, they have access every day, few times a day, and the app is providing information and ideas to the sales and FAEs. And when we think about everything that we have in the line card this is how in an application you, from a non-core part, everything that could be proposed around. Right. Yeah. And that's where the full line card, so there is nothing when we set and we cluster somewhere the suppliers, it's nothing one less than the other, but it's how we are able to drive the value and the demand around some anchor part. Mm-hmm. And in most of the cases, the one we put in focus in that case is where you find the anchor parts into the application.
I mean, one of the things that's certainly changed in distribution is, and Avnet Silica has been at the forefront, is working with suppliers to design and bring to market development boards and other board products. What's the process there? Is that you looking at an opportunity and going to the supplier, or is it the supplier?
You know, it's bi-directional. I was mentioning it's a people environment. We get very deep and very strong discussions and exchange with our suppliers. So usually, I mean, it's not one who is always asking or the other one who is always asking. It's really, I mean, shared communication where we see where we can help. We can help them on bringing their NPI, their new product faster to the market and to the industrial market. Okay. So I would say there is no one process. It's really about when you are partners, you look into what everybody needs and how you bring this into reality.
So, to the benefit of the customer.
Absolutely, and of everybody on the market, I would say. I mean, we're there to allow a faster go-to-market for our supplier and allow our customer to get the best technologies for them and for their product to be successful on the market. So I would say it's not on the benefit on one or the other, it's really on the benefit of the market at the end of the day, because that's we really need to provide the service to both sides, otherwise it doesn't work. That's the beauty of our business, I would say.
Over the past few years, obviously IoT, which Avnet is very strong in, as far as I can see, certainly with some of your initiatives, but also we've got AI and ML. So how do you marshal your technical resources and how do you educate them in a way so that they can take these new technologies and look at solutions within your line card and then take them out to the market and talk to customers?
Yeah. So as I mentioned, it's all about expertise. We have, in the team, we have by those, I mean, not IoT, but because we put IoT step by step into solutions. That was one of the first elements years ago to start developing towards solution. Mm-hmm. So that's how things are always evolving in this environment. If you think about AI ML, we started this journey already 3-4 years ago, when we structured the organization with some application vertical, and AI ML was already one of them. You see today, I mean, if you go around, you have some applications with camera vision and the software around predictive maintenance, also with the data, with with processing behind that, and specifically linked to industry 4.0 and the smart factory also, which has been the evolution. Yeah. So we have one person which is really extremely knowledgeable about that, which is the key person to get all the information, and they are discussing and is very pervasive afterwards in the organization with the support of that person. So you need to get one expert, which make the rest of the team more knowledgeable and more comfortable to talk about it, and step by step. I mean, that's again, it's not a one-shot process. It's a constant education and improvement that you have by talking about it. So that's how the whole organization is going around. And when you think about AI ML, we're back to software. This is software on top of the hardware, and the software team that we have is really continuing every day to learn about it and to be more knowledgeable and supporting the rest of the team with also the application knowledge.
Gilles Beltran, thank you very much.
You're welcome.